Hello everyone, I'm Justin, and for today's video, we're fighting shadows. Today, we're taking a look at an anime that came out of nowhere, in the spring 2021 season, and it quickly ruined popularity. It was honestly impressive to see how an anime that literally no one had heard about built such a big fan base. In part, thanks to its intriguing story. And of course, also thanks to the burst in popularity that the ending song gave to it. That is right. Today, we're taking a look at Shadow House. But before we begin, here is a spoiler warning, as I'll be taking a look at both the first and second season, as well as giving an explanation on what the shadows really are. And with that said, let's move on with the video. So, what is Shadow House about? Well, the short explanation is that it is a supernatural mystery. But you're not here for the short version. So, let me break it down for you. Emilico wakes up one day. No memories, no idea who she is. She just knows that she is a living doll. A creation made by the Shadow Masters of the house. And she needs to serve these Shadow Masters as a maid. Especially as the personal maid of Kate. An exact shadow of Emilico. You see, living dolls are made to be the face and image of a shadow. They are supposed to represent the faces of these faceless shadows and act accordingly. So, during the day, it is the living doll's job to take care of their master and to create a deeper connection with them to understand how to act once they make it to their public debut. But, in the night, things change. During the night, we see a different side of the house. The living dolls are tasked with house cleaning, making sure that the soot doesn't accumulate, because as we learn later, that can cause serious damage to the dolls. We also see a clear hierarchy between the groups, and a special difference with a specific group of dolls called the Star Bearers, and we see a hallway and a door that you must never get close to. I think it was at this point where I felt the story was at its peak. I have talked about this in previous videos, but for me, this type of shows truly shine when the mystery stays hidden. When you don't know what is behind the door. Don't know why the humans are treated as dolls while the shadow monsters are the masters. As Tame Impala would say, the less I know the better. But alas, a mystery can only stay hidden for so long. And we start to learn the truth. And again, this is a last warning for spoilers. Okay, so first, we learn that the shadows have powers. Which, okay, makes sense. It made it feel a bit more shonen in my opinion, but we can still work with that. Then, we learn that the living dolls are actually humans, and they are being brainwashed. And as shadows grow older, they assimilate with their dolls. But shadows that can't assimilate die, and the dolls become the faceless dolls we see sometimes. And the shadows are stealing the children from a nearby village, and who even is the great-grandfather?
Shadow House って何なのでしょうか?
Let's say that it was a bit overwhelming to get so much exposition and so many answers in the span of 2 episodes. We could have gotten little bits, pieces of the mystery developed throughout the series. But no, let's just dump everything as soon as we can and let's move on with the story. I do understand why they did it, since honestly, once we had the explanation on how the shadows are born as a copy of the human, we could basically put all the pieces together by ourselves. But I would rather do the hard work than being spoon-fed the answers so quickly. And I just want to say that I'm being harsh on the anime because I truly enjoy it. Even after it lost its mystery and became a bit more shonen-like, I'm still having fun with the show. But some of the decisions they make are not my favorite. First season ends with Emilico and her Shadow Master Kate doing a test in their debut. After the test, Emilico is kidnapped and Kate, with the help of the other debutant kids, save her. It wasn't a bad story, but it did felt a bit out of nowhere to move from a mystery into a more generic type of show. And these issues developed into the second season. The big mystery was already revealed. Shadows and living dolls are no longer something we don't understand. But this is still a mystery. So how are we supposed to keep it like that? Well, how about we create a different mystery about disappearing shadows and focus more on the thread that is the suit? Again, not a bad choice given the cards that we had. But it did felt that the author dropped themselves into a corner by revealing the mystery so early in the story. The second season felt brighter, more detective work and less spooky mystery, and in general a bit more predictable and straightforward. But at the same time, some things didn't really make sense to me. Are you telling me that those kids are in charge of the younger kids, even though they are barely functioning as a group? How has the house survived for what I assume is a long time? And I hate that they are basically a student council, and now we're given a school setting? In all honesty, the second season felt like a downgrade from season 1. Less mystery, more powers, and more character introductions. The story is still not that bad, and I can see some semblance of what could be a good third season if we go back to focusing more in the mysteries and keep the more somber aesthetic. But maybe we just need another banger of an ending to go back to the basics. I still remember when I first heard the ending, and quickly it was everywhere. And for a good reason, that song slaps. It is a bit disappointing that they made the singer do the opening for season 2. And while it wasn't a bad song, I wasn't a fan of the switch up at the middle. But it was still a solid song. Anyway, Shadow House is a good supernatural mystery that, unfortunately, develops more into a general detective story. But it still has some good potential in the overall world building and the mysteries of the great-grandfather. If you haven't given it a try, I would at least recommend you to check the first season. Even if you're not convinced, you can always go and enjoy the ED after an episode. And with that said, we come to the conclusion of this anime review. What do you guys thought of Shadow House? Let me know in the comments below. Until then, see you guys next time.